has lots of pictures. Are you all from Knoxville? No. Okay. So, all right. Well, good. I'm always like, some people sometimes know more than I do.
Oh, it won't be us.
Yeah.
It might be me.
It might be you. Might be you. Okay.
Before we get started, though, you're headed down this way. Since we are on the corner of Gay and Wall, this empty space was the Briscoe brothers' dry goods store
Okay.
for many decades.
Yeah.
Starting back in it burned in the Great Fire of 1897. And then they rebuilt it. And then my great-great-grandfather who founded it died in the 20s. And it went out of, they still own the property, but it went out of the hands of they rented it out. So I don't know if you rent the building or not. I mean, it was everything from a 5 and dime to, and then it was the bus terminal.
Well,
building.
Wow.
So here's
That's
the building.
I was just telling you.
This
See,
is the bus terminal.
I told you that it was a Art Deco facade.
Yeah, it's a pretty building.
So, and
Cool.
that Art Deco was overlaid over my
So
great-grandfather's.
she said that it was a bus terminal. Did they drive through there?
No, that's an entrance.
Yeah, you go in.
So
and
the bus would be probably in the
went
back.
and went downstairs. And the
Wow.
buses entered from State Street.
Right.
And if you have a smartphone, if you do that QR code, it'll go to your phone, the picture will. And you can
Save it?
expand it and yeah, all of these, that's the QR
So are you
code.
going to talk? I'll shut up if you're going to talk.
Sure. Well,
Because you may know more of the, like,
there you go.
date details and all that stuff.
Well, I just wanted you all to see it, that this is what's missing is the terminal building, right? And see how this building has the architecture on top?
Yeah.
I think there was a building next to it that had a similar, that's not that building, but I thought it was that.
Next to it, too.
Yeah, and this says Halls is the,
Hall's clothing.
yeah.
The Hall's clothing store.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and then the next picture. This is interesting to me, and I haven't got this quite figured out yet. This is tearing it down, which is really sad. Similar view, tearing down the terminal building.
Oh wow. When was that?
Because it caught on fire.
Yeah, it caught on fire.
Yeah, it burned.
Of course, this is also the area where there was a fire before. In
1897.
Yeah, 1897.
The whole
Wow.
block burned in 1897.
Wow.
And it got rebuilt.
Yeah, but that's what it looked like coming down. And does that say dollar?
It looks like dollar.
stores?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
grants.
Yeah.
Grants.
Yeah.
Grants was
Yeah.
here.
So Grants is this department store, and you
buddy.
can kind of see the side of it here. But
Hey, baby.
oh, you got a friend. But here's a better view, and this is more tearing down.
And it's
really
the
cool.
whole-
So this
the
is
whole we see
this is
today.
where we're at.
This is
Like,
where we're standing.
there's Grants. Yeah.
Take pictures of these. I've never seen this picture.
Yeah, you can have them. You can have this one. Yeah. So that's the tearing
that's all
down,
we
the very
need.
side. But that's the Gay Street side. So the
That was
building
Grant's.
looks similar, right? But it was a big department store. And this is that Lerner building. And that was a clothing store, Lerner's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is now kind
Oh yeah. That looks familiar.
Actually, been into one of them here.
Yeah.
Because when they do the downtown people tour,
Yeah.
that this past year, one of the people that lived in there opened their house up to it.
So we're going to walk this
Well,
way.
good. I'm glad you did. My family's building there. Yeah, and it's been sitting there for what, 50 years? I think it burned in 72.
So who owns the lot now? Do we know?
The family sold it, and it's probably changed hands at least 10 times.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer's in the real estate business.
Right.
She can look all
Well,
over.
I could look
Find
at
out
that
how
too.
many times that's been sold. Nobody seems to be able to put anything there.
That corner's a great spot to watch the Veterans Day Parade because that's right where the grant where they announce everybody. So.
Oh, okay.
So this is the part where it's kind of sad. And I just was listening to a podcast today about TVA, and it's much more controversial than I thought, but in the 30s,
Yeah.
This was the credit union. Yeah. And so what was here?
There were restaurants. There were hotels here.
There were hotels. Yeah. Well, this was a hardware store, but this was the St. James Hotel.
St. James.
And you can see the terminal building over there in the corner.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what they tore down. And the St. James, if you guys are interested in music, some important recordings were made there, like early, I guess it's folk music recordings. Yeah.
Wow.
The St.
You want
James
Dolly or
recording.
you want?
So here's another view of it. And the arch here, the Romanesque, this is called Romanesque. Burns was like a hardware. Yeah. And so you can see the St. James there.
One of those made great
No,
condominiums.
stop. That's enough.
People love living there.
I know. It's very sad.
Well, just like the old
There you go.
city building on Market Street that burned.
And you can see the Grant building. See, there's the Grant building, right? And that was an old building, and it's had so much, like Grant covered it up with plate glass, and then there you go.
That must have been a popular thing to do.
Yeah.
To just cover over
In
the
the
facades if they
60s
didn't
and-
like it.
Right, and so I don't know if that Grant. I need to look and see when Grant was. If that was Grant when it looked like that, and then they just did a slick
Facade
modern update, or
I bet that's what they did.
Yeah,
Just
but
like they did the terminal building.
what I'm going to show you, see here, Glidden Paint and hardware and the St. James Hotel and a cafe. There was lots of long-time businesses. Okay.
Oh,
So
that's a cool
This
picture.
is interesting. Let's walk down here because this doesn't even really exist anymore.
Are you in the real estate business?
No. I work for the trustee now, but trustee, the tax collector. But
Okay.
I was in grocery sales for 30 years, but I've got a website, so I do the recording of all her tours and put it on YouTube.
Oh, good. That's good enough. I'll be in the next one, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But it's all good.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'll give you my card. I'm Brian Hornback. It's just brianhornback.com. BRIAN and Hornback, Horn, BACK. So
I want you guys to look at these things. So
is that going from Market?
no, it's sort of over here.
Okay.
Like it.
Yeah,
Walnut,
yeah, right.
So the St. James was here. This arch building, see with Walnut, the intersection? Yeah. This is Walnut here. Okay. Right? So where that parking garage is, now it's tall. See these? These are the redevelopment offices. They put these offices up and they were just like glass boxes.
Huh.
Yeah, so a lot of this, we had Vaughn Avenue scheduled and we got rained out, and then we had Jackson Avenue, but what we missed on the Vaughn Avenue was, all of the talk of how in urban renewal, all of this in mid-20th century, got revised. And these were just kind of pop-up offices that
Just-
they
just
used
kinda
for
like-
the redevelopment.
Kind of like how they bring in a Crystal or Taco Bell on a truck and just set it down,
Yeah.
right? It's just a glass
They're just
box.
Glass boxes up there.
Huh.
Yeah, but you can see the version of that
Maybe
garage.
realtors should just travel with a glass box.
And then this is kind of the direction. This is the Southland Hotel, and so see this is what's missing, or at least catching part of. There's a parking garage around the corner. That's that block. Right, so Walnut is going up that way. Look at these amazing.
But this Southland Hotel was on this corner right
Over here.
Hmm.
Doesn't look like the Flashes.
No, I think by the time this looks like the 70s, so I think it's a
It was
little,
probably pretty run down by then.
Yeah.
Back in its day, it was probably
not
really nice.
its heyday. But here's the long version, and see, you can see that building. If you can't now, but if that parking garage wasn't there, that's in Fort Sanders,
Wow.
right?
So the parking garage cut it off from Fort Sanders.
Yeah. This is kind of this view, except for
Right.
maybe on that side.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can see the Romanesque. Right? And here's the St. James in its better days.
Wow.
That nice little hotel.
Yeah. The St.
Looks
James.
a lot like the Hostess, actually.
It does.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It does look like the Holston building. And this is, I love this because this is the front desk. Can you imagine? Look at the radiator
And the small front desk.
and the little front desk with the clock. That's
With
up
all
to
the
St.
room
James.
keys. Look at
Yeah.
all the room
And the
keys.
mailboxes. This is where they take your cash register.
That's cool.
Inside of the St. James. Okay. So now, again, this is the 70s, but this gives us a perspective of where the St. James was. Right? Walnut's running right up through there. This is St. James is probably about right here.
It was Charles's word.
Charles, your economy department store. Charles department store. So, yeah, that was just kind of a hardware department store kind of. And there's those boxes.
Look, it looks
So
like the
Walnut's running there. There's those boxes.
What was between the two buildings?
Mutual
Like
loans.
right here. It's probably right here.
Mutual loans. And the smart shop. Yeah. But you can see even on the other side, Walnut's running right there. There's some buildings. And we're going to take a look at those.
So as we've talked before, TBA was spread out over multiple offices that way, right?
Yeah, they were in
And
the
so then,
daylight building.
right, and so then they just decided to
Consolidate
acquire all
everything.
this and build this and
Yeah.
move everybody into one.
And tear it all down.
Right.
So these are some buildings. I'm not exactly sure what intersection this is, but it was, I think right down in this side, or in the 20s and 30s.
That's really old. Look at those.
Mm-hmm.
Tarver.
So this is, Sam Tarver Company. And then this is the Salvation Army Company.
Ooh, that's a cool building.
Yeah, also over there.
Gone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is the 20s. Salvation Army building.
This same harbor building, so that is International Harbor. You can come downtown and buy your tractor.
Well, and this is an interesting point because have you seen Mayo's?
Yeah.
Mayo's Seeds was located right here.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is where they started. Yeah. So my point was this block was kind of like hardware, and early on would have been farming implements. I think this was a very practical block. And then the hotels came.
It's right here at the mall.
Yeah.
Where people came to buy all their.
So now this is interesting from the 60s. Notice this is down on Walnut again. There's the parking garage. But see, there's that arch on that Romanesque building, and they've just put a front on it, and now it's like a clothing store. It's the 60s, right? But if you look above, you can see those arches.
So they just slapped a sign on top of it, really.
Yeah.
Probably painted it.
Yeah, which is kind of what they did downtown. We saw that up at Grant. This is the dining room of the Southland Hotel. Yeah.
What a nice white tablecloth dining room.
Yeah. This is in the
Classy place.
heyday. Aha. Okay.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. So this is what's missing from that block.
Where Ruby
So
Sunshine is.
yeah, see this? That's that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're looking back. Right? And this is that. So that parking garage took out a hamburger place, the jockey club. Right? That's that parking, the Market Square parking garage. What is missing?
Wow.
Okay. So this
there's
is
the church.
There's the church, right? So if we were looking up, the church is right over there.
On the Crown Plaza.
Right. So look at that old open porch structure.
Is that
Right.
a private residence?
It's probably an apartment.
So you think we're looking from
I think
about
we're looking
here?
from down there because the church is right up the hill there. The church is on
Doesn't
Vine.
look, that's up the hill. This doesn't look too hilly, does it? But maybe, okay, it is probably a hill because look how big it is here.
Yeah, this is
yeah,
this has
yeah.
been significant. Yeah, Vine is up on a hill.
Yeah, you
So the
can't-
church is
you
up
can't
there.
tell from the perspective other than the way the building is drawn. That shows, I mean, it's on there. That shows how it's drawn.
Yeah, but you can see the church is there. And then here's Mayo.
Oh wow.
Yep,
Which would have been right here?
right over here. Mayo's right
Is
there.
it like the Mayo family?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
it's
one of the
same.
oldest Knoxville businesses.
And
They
you
may
can
be
still
one of the
buy
oldest.
plants there.
I think they maybe are the oldest, or if not, the second oldest.
They're in
because
Bearden and then they're out
in
past Cedar
West-
Bluff too.
Okay, so here's my Wall Street mystery. The Stratford Hotel.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I cannot figure out where that was. So, if you follow me on Facebook, this is my research project.
Looks spooky, doesn't it?
Stratford Hotel. Yeah.
It wasn't on
And
this
it
side
doesn't
right here.
really, the context of the buildings doesn't really help me too much. I'm sure, I feel like, this is an older 20s and 30s, so I feel confident it's on that side. And then see this building? That's it right next to it. And it's next to the Southland. So it might have been here, maybe?
Yeah, I always thought it was on this street. I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah,
Like
I
Jack
think
Neely.
it might have been right over here.
Yeah, I think it was here on this street. I remember.
And that would make sense because that looks a
Yeah,
bit like
I
that
remember
building.
Jack Neely talking about
Yeah.
the street.
It's not the Strand, it's the Strat.
Stratford. Stratford.
Yeah. And then this building is right next to it. And the Southland's right here. So if the Southland is here and it's there, that looks a bit like that building. So it's probably right there. Oh wait, no, look, there's the clue. There's those office buildings.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all the way down there.
Oh, cool.
Completely other side. So
Well,
there's our clue. Those are those weird
Jamie
office
solved the
buildings,
mystery.
right? And then that is that building, and then that.
You solved the mystery.
I did solve the mystery. So these are the kind of wonderful hotels that are missing.
No. At
Now
least we
we-
got the Oliver.
Then this claims to be, this is one of my favorite pictures. This claims to be on
Oh.
Wall Street.
Here you go, Ronnie. Here's your horses.
There's my horses. And I love this picture because look, this guy's working on the car and the horse is right there. So this is a good mystery. And I imagine that this was torn down for a hotel. Does it give an address on the description?
It's not
315.
Wall.
Okay, so let's see what 315 pulls out.
315 Wall.
Of course, it doesn't exist anymore, but
Of course.
it claims that it would be closer to that, closer to Bay Street. So I would say that the Grant, that if it's 315, Grant's department store replaced it.
But they couldn't replace the horse because he just ran away.
No, but they could have probably bought a harness for it in this block.
Right?
Sounds like they had quite a number of departments.
Yeah.
More hotels than I would have
So-
imagined too.
Grant's and Miller's were early hotels. And of course, Sears was here in Penny's. And then later, Rich's was down where UT has its offices. And it was purchased, Miller's eventually.
I love that Miller's department
I love
store.
What was Watson?
Watson's was right here, and it was like have you heard of Filene's Basement?
Yes.
It's kind of like that. And I can remember coming here, it was here in high school, and would you go down into the basement and get all these great dresses for like not much money as you would at the department store? It's kind of an annex, like TJ Maxx or whatever.
Or heels.
You just don't know what you're going to find.
You're too young for heels, aren't you?
What you're going to
You're
drag
too
out
young
the
for
car.
heels, aren't you?
No,
Not too many too, but one of a kind.
we always went to hills.
Yeah, and then on the topic of retail, of course, there was the big market house here that burned.
Yeah.
And for Christmas, we do a Market Square one, so we'll have to come to that. We look at pictures of the market house. You're in the Hostess, so it looks like the St. James. That's interesting.
St. James is a lot cooler.
Yeah, but it's the same style. Yeah.
What floor are you on?